What's up, everybody? My name is Vincent. Welcome to Cryptolution, where we talk about everything under the moon in the crypto universe. Today is Friday, May 6th, and today we're going to be talking about a prediction that OKBears could possibly reach a floor price of around 750 Solana within 1 year. Now, there's a lot of data that I'm going to show you, and also some tweets from members or people interested in the OKBears. But most importantly, stay around to the very end, because there's a reason why I came up with this number, and we're going to show you why possibly we can hit that in a year, maybe even sooner. You never know. So guys, as always, be sure to smash up that like button, subscribe to the channel, don't forget to join our Patreon page, and most importantly, please be careful with any of the scammers down in the comments below. I'll never reach out via WhatsApp, Telegram, direct messaging, or email, so please be careful and invest safely. So guys, let's go ahead and start this video, because there is some things that we need to cover today. And right now the floor price is around 134 Solana. Now, that's just on Magic Eden. Now, if we go over to OpenSea, the floor price is 129 Solana. Now, the price actually has been growing substantially, and before I actually made a video on my channel, and that floor price was definitely not 120, but I predicted that the floor price would hit 120 Solana, and we definitely hit that goal and more. So we never know what's going to happen in this space, but there are people who are accumulating. Let's go and look at the data. So if we just go ahead and go to the overall floor price and volume within the atmosphere of the OKBears marketplace, this is just on Magic Eden, we've noticed that there has been a huge increase in buying pressure. So let's say, for instance, this person just a few minutes ago bought one for 240 Solana. And every other purchase before that is just way above the normal price. And that's because people are actually buying these and accumulating as much as possible. So you got to keep that in mind, that people are not selling. If they are selling, they're selling as paper hands, and diamond hands, or people who have been holding OKBears have been buying more of them for a reason. So let's go ahead and go into the tweets. So Magic Eden recently posted this yesterday, and this was in a great chart. Now, this is just within a week, not a month, just a week. And within a week, because this has been around for 9 to 10 days, OKBears has seen substantial growth beyond all NFTs within Magic Eden. It even surpassed DeGods, which is at a new floor price around 300 Solana or more. So obviously there's a lot going on with OKBears, but there's a lot of hype as well. So obviously you can't ignore this type of volatility, and you can't ignore this buying volume as well. Now, another news, Alex Becker, who we know is a YouTube influencer, just FOMO'd in and aped in, or we could say bared in, to the collection and bought one of these as well. He said, saw an OKBear, say I was a top signal for NFTs. He adds to cart. All right, he locked it in, so he's moon ready. So obviously this is actually starting to gain more and more awareness. So at the time when he wrote it, it was around a floor price of 130 Solana. He continues to say, I'm coming for the crown, and this is obviously Steve Aoki. So obviously he's really excited about this project, and that's really nice to see, to have that type of support moving forward. I wanted to share this with you guys, which was basically, if you look at the bubblegum OKBears, they actually are very in limited supply, and the cheapest one at the time of posting this was around 144 Solana. So, just consider that if you're looking to buy one of these, try to find one at a good deal right now, if you're looking to buy one. Again, not financial advice, just my financial opinion. Again, but there are crazy prices out there. I mean, this one's trying to sell for almost 20,000 Solana. We'll see how that goes. But this is one called the Bubblegum that I think you guys should definitely look into. Now, DJ Swing says this, seems like OKBears will become the top collection in Solana by volume faster than we think. So top collections by volume, such as Degen Ape Academy, which has been around for 9 months, has around 1.2 million. Now, if you look at the Solana Monkey business, they've been around for 9 months. They've made around 1.1 million in volume trading. But if you look at OKBears, which has only been around 9 days, well, I'll tell you, today is the 10th day, but within 10 days, 758,000. That's almost close to 1 million already, just within a short time frame. So obviously this growing so fast, so quickly, compared to its Blue Chip OG collections, this is just primed to even explode even more. The track record behind this is showing that people are wanting to FOMO in, but there's something to this. There's some community, there's some interest in this globally. It's not just within the United States, but globally people are wanting this. Now, this is something I want to show you guys as well. This is 0x Goods. He made a really great point. He said, 1 year ago, Bored Ape Yacht Club sold at around 2.8 ETH. We do know that right now, these collections are selling well above 100 ETH. So right now, OKBears is sitting around 4.3 ETH, considering that at the moment. So you got to imagine what it's going to be like a year from now. And we're going to talk about our predictions at the very end by showing you a little bit of data. Now, next up, this person said, how to join OK Bears. Now, the reason I'm sharing this is because this is a Mutant Ape holder. This is ETH holders who are buying these OK Bears. So it's not just people in the Solana world. It's people in the Ethereum world. And that's because OK Bears reached the top 4th place on OpenSea. And that really garnered that interest. So you can't ignore that ETH heads are falling into this. Next up, I want to share you a thread that was from Justin.Soul that I think was really great to share. Now, this was posted today. Now, he said this, day 10 for OK Bears, and we saw today 8,000 Solana volume in the past 24 hours. Top 15 wallets actively accumulating more, not selling. Lots of buy consistently 30 through 50% plus higher than floor price. An indication buyers are accumulating their favorite bears. So here's a great example. He said the 3rd largest bear sale was by this guy who sniped it for around 599 Solana, which is this robotic one. But you can see that people have been setting new records in these purchases, and it continues to keep going forward. Now, let's go ahead and look at this one. Listing went as low as 1,056, which is about 10.5% of supply. Currently, it's at 1,200, and that's around 12% supply. So obviously, the supply could diminish, and once the supply diminishes, that means the floor price of most of these collections will sell higher. Again, you may think, oh, people are going to list it for 63, 85, 100 SOL. Well, guess what? When that happens, that means these bears are actually accumulating these low-cost barriers of entry to buy these things because they're buying into these, they're accumulating. So that means the floor price will be more and more if they decide to list it even higher moving forward. And also Twitter followers actually grown substantially since then. Around plus 2,500 OK Bears at least followed in the past 24 hours. So that's really nice growth to see within the community. Nate Rivers, who is a person that recently acquired one of these bears, which is this one right here, he basically said that he had an AMA with the space showing some bull case scenarios for OK Bears. And if you haven't, feel free to check that out. It is available to hear right now on his channel. And last but not least, let's go ahead and show this. This chart is nothing but bullish, or should I say bearish? Laugh out loud, really. Higher lows in the past 2 days and broke the crucial 130 resistance. Now, that's the resistance of floor price. Hitting a new local high last night at around 148 floor price. Now we are currently sitting at 121, but that has not changed to 134. That just goes to show you how volatile this is. And this is the chart. So obviously, just based on this trend, we're seeing that it has healthy volatility. And there's only more upside, in my opinion, that we can move forward to seeing from here. Now let's go ahead and see more data to support our prediction of 750. Now let's go ahead and look at this. Now, if you haven't already, this is on Dune.com. This is the OK Bears chart. It shows you the volume within OpenSea and Magic Eden for OK Bears. So if we look at the total volume that has happened since inception, there's around 765 Solana that has been traded. And around the total number of sales, there have been around 17,000 since inception. So that's really crazy. And obviously, when we look at the trading volume, Magic Eden is taking more of the cake in that because Magic Eden is the main hub for Solana, and it's easier for people to buy these things. And people in the Solana world are more familiar. But obviously, the reason the OpenSea is even showing any traction is because this is showing you that Ethereum heads are dipping their toes into the Solana ecosystem by dipping their toes in the OK Bears ecosystem. So OK Bears is their barrier of entry for these ETH heads. Further down, we're actually seeing the floor tracker, which obviously you can see right here has had a major spike, and that was above the April 29th, which we saw major gains and major sell-offs. This is, I'm talking about 200 to 400 Solana regions where people thought this was the top, and then it took a slight dip, and now we're heading back up there again. That's just going to show you that people who bought around these prices had a really good deal since then. And you can see here, this is showing you the top sales of all time, but this is a little bit incorrect and a little bit out of date because we know that the highest sales are around 600 and above for their sales price. And then the latest sales that we're seeing just as of today, we saw one for 242 Solana. Again, this could be misplaced, but it's showing you that there is some buying pressure and people are paying top dollars for this in the thousands of dollars. And as you can see here, as the majority of top Solana NFTs, OK Bears in the screen section is actually taking the cake. And the gray area is actually other selections as well. If you look at DGods is actually very microscopic compared to that. So obviously we're seeing a lot of traction there. And in terms of volume, where as we said before, Magic Eden is taking the cake for that. Now let's go ahead and talk about why we think that this may reach 750 Solana. Well, simply this. if we compared someone's analysis before, which was saying that OK Bears could be the equivalent of Bored Ape Yacht Club, right? Comparing that 1 year challenge. So 1 year, Bored Ape Yacht Club went from 2.8 ETH to 100 ETH. So let's go ahead and follow that prognosis with OK Bears. So say OK Bears right now is around 4.3 ETH. Well, what if we were to reach, say, the closest price to Mutant Ape Yacht Club, right? We're being realistic. This is the second derivative of, well, it's not really derivative, but it's the second generation of Bored Ape Yacht Club. Just say it got up to that point as the lowest point, which is around 23 SOL, which is around 23 ETH. Well, let's take that 23 ETH and convert it to US dollars. So say, for instance, now 23 ETH roughly equals to 62,000 US dollars. So if we do the math there, we take that $62,000 and convert it to Solana, right? 62,000 USD would actually equal up to 757 Solana. So we just rounded it down to the lowest point. So that pretty much gives you an idea of where we could be in 1 year. And that's the challenge, right? The challenge is, can you hodl your OK Bear for 1 year just so that you can get substantial gain? Again, 750 Solana, which is around $62,000 right now, but imagine that we're in a bull case scenario in the market. So that 757 Solana at the price it is right now could perhaps double, because we have seen Solana per Solana go up to around $250. So imagine that would 2 or 3-fold from there. That means you just have to multiply the 62,000 times 3 or 2. So that's the math and that's the gain. So that's the 1 year challenge. And we could experience a bull market again in the next year. So guys, that's the 1 year challenge. And you got to ask yourself, can you do this? Are you able to do this? And that's it. So guys, that's the video today. I wanted to share with you this kind of prediction, but also a data update of what's going on today. Because again, this has only been the 10th day of this collection. So it's grown substantially. So you got to determine if this is a really good investment for you still to this day. Is this a good barrier of entry? Because again, not too long ago, we made a video. In that video, this floor price is around 85 Solana. So just within that short period of 5 days, it's grown substantially. Could this go down? Absolutely. Anything can happen in this space. This space could definitely take a dip if we wanted to, but the community is saying otherwise. The Twitter followers are saying otherwise. The OK Bear whales are saying otherwise. So you got to think and look at the data. Follow the data, follow smart money. So guys, I hope that this video has been helpful. I hope that you guys enjoy your Friday and the rest of the weekend. As always, if you want to stay more up to date with OK Bears or anything within the NFT collection, please hit up that like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join our Patreon page for insider trading tips, and I'll see you guys next time.
Thanks for watching Cryptolution. Register on our Patreon page for our insider trading tips and more. And don't forget to click on the affiliates link below to receive sign-up bonuses and access the global crypto assets exchange. Invest safely, and we'll see you on the next episode of Cryptolution.